All right, in this video, we want to evaluate these limit questions over here, and we're going to do all of these using substitution. Now, the way to tell that a question is to be solved by substitution is if you ever have like an exponent of 1 over 3 or 1 over 4, anything that's basically not an exponent of 1 over 2 or not a regular square root has to be done using substitution. Because if you had a square root, you could potentially do that question using rationalizing. But if you ever have like a cube root or exponent 1/3, you have to do substitution. So in order to solve this question, first thing you want to do is you just want to, if you want, you can convert this into an exponent if it makes it easier for you. I'll do that for this first question over here. Not necessary, but may not be the worst thing as well. And then what you want to do is you want to do a substitution and you want to make the lowest exponent. In this case, my exponent's 1 over 3 and 1. So you want to make the lowest exponent equal to a different letter. So I'm going to say u equals x to the power of 1 over 3. So now I want to rewrite this entire equation, but replace all the x's with u's. So I'll write the lim the exact same. X to the power of 1 over 3, I know I've defined that as my u. So I can replace that by u. Now, this over here is the limit for x. X approaches 27. I need to figure out what u will approach over here. So when x approaches 27, I'm just going to sub in 27 over here for my x, and I'm going to calculate my u. 27 to the power of 1 over 3 is just 3. So as x approaches 27, u approaches 3. And then over here, I need to figure out what I can replace x with. So I'm just going to go to this equation here, and I'm going to isolate the x. So to isolate the x, I have to move the exponent to the other side. If I move this to the other side, it becomes u to the power of 3 equals x. So over here, now I can replace this with u cubed minus 27. So there's my first step complete there. That's substitution. My second step is to factor. I can factor the denominator over here by difference of cubes. Not going to explain that in this video because you should know how to do difference of cubes at this point. If you don't, go to my channel and look up difference of cubes. I have a lot of videos on them. Once I factor, I want to cancel. And in this case, I can cancel these. You always have to be able to cancel something in these types of limit questions. By the way, something I didn't mention at the start is if we subbed in the limit at the start, which is technically the first step, we should get 0 over 0. And that's going to be common in all the 3 questions that we do today. But I should have mentioned that at the start. Coming back here now, I'm left with 1 over u squared plus 3u plus 9. Then just sub in u as 3. Once you do the cancellation, that's when you know you can sub in your limit. So 1 over 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is just 1 over 27. Okay, let's do the next 2 questions just for practice. They're pretty similar, just slightly different difficulty. Again, over here, first step is u equals x to the power of 1 over 3. And then let's do our substitution here. I know I'm going to have to replace x with a 64 to calculate my limit for u. So that's just 4. So lim u approaches 4. And then I know that in the bottom, I can replace x to the power of 1 over 3 with u. So I have u minus 4. In the top, I have 64 minus, I need to figure out my x. If I isolate my x there, move that to the other side, it's u cubed equals x. So u cubed, so there's my first step there. Factoring, that's complete. I mean, substitution is complete. Let's go to the second step, which is factoring. Again, difference of cubes over there. Not going to explain it. And now over here, I have 4 minus u and u minus 4. Those are not exactly the same. When I cancel those off, I'm actually left with a negative 1. So now I have lim u approaches 4 negative 16 plus 4u plus u square. And now that I've done my cancellation, I can sub in my limit. So I just have negative 16 plus 16 plus 16, which is just negative 48. And let's go to the third and final question of this video. Okay, and similar idea over here. First step, I'm just going to go u equals x to the power of 1 over 4. And then I'm going to sub in my limit of x, which is 1 over here. So u equals 1 to the power of 1 over 4, which is just 1. So lim u approaches 1. I can replace x to the power of 1 over 4 with u. So I have u minus 1. And then let's isolate the u here. If I move the exponent to the other side, it's u to the power of 4 equals x. And now on the bottom, I can replace the x with u to the power of 4 minus 1. You can factor the denominator over here by difference of squares. So lim u approaches 1, top stays the same. Bottom is now u squared plus 1 times u squared minus 1. And then I can factor this even further by difference of squares again. Now I can cancel out these two, and I'm just left with 1 over u squared plus 1, u plus 1. And now I can sub in my limit. So 1 over 2 times 2, which is just 1 over 4. And that's my final solution to this question. If you made it to the end of this video and you found this content helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.